Since Friday, more than 1,200 people have tested positive for COVID, and 32 more people are now in the hospital. Now, with growing concerns over the rise in COVID infections and that Delta variant, masks are starting to make a comeback. Governor Lamont is recommending people wear masks in all indoor public spaces, and masks could soon be mandatory in schools. Our chief political reporter, Susan Raff, is live right now in Rocky Hill with more details on this. Susan, a lot of people, I think, are pretty frustrated with this after thinking maybe we saw the end of this, but apparently not the case.
I think you're right about that. I think a lot of people feel fatigue when it comes to COVID. And you remember during the pandemic, certainly at the peak of it, we saw so many restrictions, so many places were shut down. And then gradually things got a little bit better. But now that we're seeing COVID infections rise, there's a huge concern, and we could see some of those recommendations now become mandates. And obviously a big question for a lot of people now that schools are about to start in just a few weeks, will children be required to wear masks when they go back to school?
Look, the most important thing is making sure our kids can get back to school safely. And I want those kids in person, in school. I worry that there are going to be a lot of these 2-week quarantines and ball teams that shut down. So that's a real priority, I think, to make sure our schools stay open, and that will be the lens that I look through.
Now, Governor Lamont said it was very important that he wants to keep schools open. He wants kids to be back in school. As for whether children will be required to wear masks, he's planning to make a decision in the next coming days. What he wants to do is give parents and schools at least a 2-week notice. But again, what about businesses and restaurants? Could we see masks returning? Will businesses be required or asked to ask customers if they should be vaccinated or to be vaccinated? And coming up on Eyewitness News at 5, businesses say they definitely want to comply and they want to keep customers safe, but they don't want to go back to the way that things were during the big height of the pandemic.